Jet Force Gemini is a sci-fi third-person shooter adventure game, released in 1999 by the famous third-party N64 developer Rareware. It had to be another hit, right? Well, we're gonna find out right now. I would say the story of Jet Force Gemini is fairly generic. You play as the only three remaining members of the Jet Force team. Juno is the leader of the team, Vela his twin sister, and their dog Lupus is the third member. You start out flying in your ship, when all of a sudden you get a distress call from the planet Goldwood, a planet where a race of bear-like animals live. The planet has been invaded by soldier drones from the main villain Mizar. Then you start to prepare to help you when your own ship is invaded by soldier drones. While in the process of trying to evacuate, you have to fight the drones off. And while doing so, two of the Jet Force team members make their way out of the main ship into their own smaller ships. After you have defeated all of the drones, all of your team has been separated. So now your goal is to get back together and save your home planet Earth from getting destroyed by Mizar. And this is where you get plopped into the game. One aspect of the game that will probably turn some people away is the controls. The game has a wacky yet intuitive control scheme. It took me a long time to get used to, but after a good while of playing it, I was really enjoying the controls. Obviously, the control stick makes you move. The A and B buttons change your current weapon you're using. C down makes you crouch. C left and right make you strafe. And C up makes you jump. What the heck? The main objective of the first half of this game is just to complete the level until you meet up with your other Jet Force members, as you start off the game as only being able to play as Juno. However, after getting about halfway through the game, the pacing slows down significantly, because you find out that you have to find all of the pieces to a ship that you have to use to destroy an asteroid that Mizar has shot towards Earth. You find most of the pieces by finding them in all of the worlds, but there is one piece that you have to get by rescuing all of those tribals that I mentioned at the beginning of the story, in every single level. This makes playing the game very tedious and frustrating, because while most of the tribals are wide open, some of them are hidden and placed next to enemies where they can be killed. This is where most people just gave up on the game. For not having support for the expansion pack, I'd say that these graphics are some of the best I've seen on the system. Textures are highly detailed, environments are huge with all of the polygons used to their fullest extent, and the character models have high polygon counts and detailed textures. However, like always, these graphical advantages do come at a cost. The frame rate is at a consistent 15 to 20 frames per second, and can even drop lower if there's a lot of action happening on the screen. The game runs at the normal N64 resolution of 240p, and anti-aliasing is still there like almost all N64 games. Saying that the music in this game is impressive would be a huge understatement. The music in this game is almost all orchestra, and even though it may be fake, it could have fooled me for being real in most cases. I mean, sure, there are going to be some sounds that you can tell are fake, but overall, it's an amazing soundtrack to experience. I've even downloaded it and synced it to my phone. I really can't say enough about this aspect of the game. Here, take a listen. In the end, Jet Force Gemini is a stellar game for the N64, and I would highly recommend for you to give it a try. The graphics are very good with the cost of a fairly chunky frame rate, the music is phenomenal, the gameplay is above average, and the story is average. You can play it obviously on original hardware, but you can also play it on Rare Replay for Xbox One. Personally, this is my favorite video game of all time, period, but that's just me. In conclusion, I'm giving this game an 8 out of 10 rating. Thanks for watching.